Okay, let's start. First, this is the official website. I think most of you already know this website for CALICO contest. So this is a contest held by UC Berkeley, and the contest difficult range is from very easy to quite difficult. So I would say the range is from the very beginner question to musical level question. It is really, the hardest question is really musical bonds level. Okay, so you can see the registration link is right here. And we are asking all the team members to finish the registration right now. So by today.
Right now.
So again, I expect our team leader to finish registration by today or tomorrow. Otherwise, it'll be too late. Okay, so and then after you finish register, you will receive an email. So for all the team leader, could you please also forward me this confirmation just in case, so I can forward to a team member, or I can take a look and then see if there are any mistakes. So if the team leader can forward me this registration confirmation email, please forward to me. Thank you. So I would like to keep a record. Okay, so after we're done with registration and you receive confirmation email, the day of the contest, you should receive this email. So you should receive login credential and important info like this. So after you receive this, they will give you the username and password. I assume the username and password should be unique for each team, but probably not each member. And then they will prompt you to go to the contest page. And you probably notice the contest page and the practicing page is actually the same website. But when you click on here, based on your login username and password, keep in mind your login username and password is not the username and password you use to practice. So that will be different. So again, because the contest website and then practice website are the same website. So make sure you use the username and password they give you on the day of the contest. Because the one you use is for practice. It will direct you to the practice page, not the contest page. They also explain when the contest starts, you need to, after your contest start, you log in, and they show you this is the stream for you to submit the question and answer. The way you submit question and answer will be exactly the way you use to practice. So now let's look at how to practice. So we talk about when you log into this website, you will see different screen, because the one you log in, this one is for practice. So we are now talking about how to practice. And how to practice and how to take the contest are the same way. But you make sure when you do contest that day, they will send you different username and password just for the contest. Each year will be different. And that is for that day only, the username and password. And they will send it to you individually, each one of you, I believe so. In case that doesn't happen, we are asking our leader to forward this information to your team member. And we also expect you to contact your team member and organize a way to Zoom meeting or Discord or any way to communicate with your team member to finish the contest. So after you log into the contest, you will see similar screen like this. So for the practice, on right-hand side, you would have choices. For the actual contest, you don't have choice. For practice, you can go on this website and select the drop-down menu and select different year and contest to practice like that. So you can see that you have a few past contest questions you can practice with. So using this as example, the Spring 22, you can find the question here. So you can simply just click on this question and read the question. There will be a separate tab. And when you want to submit question, you select this one. We talk about this in the class. And you want to select your CPP file. I also explain how you make CPP file using .txt file. In case you still don't know that, I am not sure how you can use text file inside the Apple computer, but you are able to use text file from the notes using Microsoft. So type in notepad. So type notepad, and then after you copy and paste your code here, go to file and go to save as. And instead of the .txt file, you need to select all file and create a name and .cpp and click on save. So then you have name.cpp file. So when you browse, you can select that CPP file you create after you select, and then you need to select the correct problem. When you practice, that doesn't matter, but you need to practice, you should practice. You can see that if you select the wrong question and then submit, or wrong language, so you need to select the correct file, correct problem, and correct language, right? Think about it. If you select it wrong, and then you click on submit, then you submit the wrong question and answer, and that will causing you to get penalty. Because they do check penalty and time. So you can see that they have a number here. The number says how many times you do for how many time you take to finish the question. This is not accurate because this is practice though. But when you do the real contest, there will be accurate exactly how many minutes you submit, you try how many times did you pass. Those are penalties. So that's it. If you solve the same amount of the question as the other team, that because you solve slower or you try more times, that will causing it to causing your ranking to be lower. And you can see that they usually have two testing cases only, and you do need to pass both of them. And there's a possibility if it's all passed and correct, that's great. And if it's not, you could have wrong answer or runtime error. And you probably only also see that if you get the first question wrong, they won't even run the second testing case. So if you get the first testing case wrong, they won't even run the second testing case, and they have two only. So when you look at the practice question, you probably see one sample testing case. That's the testing case they gave you. That'll be this one. And you need to at least get this one correct, the first one, before you submit. Because if the first one is not correct, they won't even run the second one. And you also need to try to do as many testing case, as many possibility as possible. Because you do need to pass both to get the score. If you only pass the sample, you are not getting any, you're not getting any credit. there's a possibility it will be wrong answer, runtime error, also time limit exceeded, because they do grade you on time limits for many questions. Unlike ACSL, they never grade you on time limits. And they never complain about that. This does complain about that. So sometimes you do need to optimize. Although some of the easy questions, they do not ask you to optimize, so we probably don't need to optimize, but many questions you will need to optimize, just like UCL as well. Let's talk about this announcement and things under that. So after you log in, they will starting to announce something here. I recommend you to download the problem. If they give you the problem, they give you a template, you want to download that. Now they even have template for C++. They used to have for other two language only. So we all know that you can complete this contest with any language, and each question with different language. You can mix the language. Obviously, you are unable to do more than one language in one question, but for each question, you can use different programming language. If you know different language, you can use different language for different question. So does your member, so does anyone in the team. And they do have templates for all languages. So you can click on here to download the guide. That they have a user guide talking about how you should take the contest, how they are grading. And I think it's also very important you download the full zip file with the tag with the, this is for after the contest, it will give you 4 test cases, solution, etc. But before the contest, you're getting this one that has the template and question. I recommend you download the template and the question, because you probably need the template for Java or Python, and they also have C++ now. And also, when you download everything, you don't need to click on one by one. They will give you PDF file. So that's probably better. But if you're fine with like click on this, because if you have printer, you can print out all the questions at the same time and write on the piece of paper. If you want that, if that's easier for you. Otherwise, you can still click on the question to see, of course. And then you can copy the testing case here. No problem. Okay. Okay. Okay, Jason, go ahead. You have question? You don't have the email with your login credential. Yeah, you won't get that until the day of the contest. You won't get that. They usually send it out maybe just 1 hour before the contest. So yeah, you don't have that information until the day. And usually we don't contact them until like the 2 hours before, because they have tendency to send everything late. Also, you need to be on time, but also be aware they usually late. There are many times they late for like 15 minutes or something. But please be on time. Last time, what happened is, they at beginning they opened the contest, everyone able to log in, but after 1 minute they found some mistakes, so they immediately closed the contest, and they started late, like 15 minutes late. But some of them already got the question, so keep in mind. So you want to be on time. And then when you log in, you want to, like I said, download the template and the question right away. I'm pretty sure that day not last season. Yeah, it's last year. And they download the question right away before it got closed. But none of my students download the question. So it's kind of unfair, but sometimes that happens in the contest. especially context like this. So, you know, so keep in mind they might set everything late. So for the first team, Paul will be the team leader, the second team will be William, and the third team will be Daniel, and the 14th Hawthorne, and 15th Alice, and the 16th William, and the 17th Naomi, and the 18th Derek. So I'm pretty sure that everybody registered, and then except for team number 5, it changed from Melody to Dayton. So all right, so the Calico also have Discord, so I recommend you join their Discord. I asked them question, they replied very fast. Like I asked them a question, do they need a waiver this year? They say no. Okay, so you can join their Discord, and then now we want to answer question and want to make sure all team leader have a way to contact their team member. So you wanted to read the user code guide yourself. It's 16 pages. I'm not going over every single pages, but read everything, and then maybe you have any question, ask your team leader. If you don't understand some of the question, you can talk to your team member. Also, search online. So I want to emphasize that if this is your first time joining in, they tell you all the rules, how they do scoring, ranking, accept language, blah, blah, blah. They also say that you cannot talk to teacher and ask teacher to do that for you, obviously cheating. But you are able to search online and use any reference. They do talk about that. And then they do talk about if you win, you will win like money or something. So again, I just wanna, so you wanna read this and keep in mind you can research online and talk to your team member about the solution. Okay.